guys, this is episode 5. This is all about how we got married. So to start off, we got married in between the semesters of my senior year of college. So we only had like maybe, how many days together? Like maybe 12 days together around then. And I flew to the Philippines to get married. And the first thing that we had to do on our list is get rings.
Yeah, so we went to Binondo.
Yeah, we were like sorting everything out with like our venue and everything, and then we were like checking off things that we had to get on our list, and then we're like, oh shoot, we didn't really like set aside money to get ourselves wedding rings. And then suddenly I was like, don't worry, Jonathan, I still have 2 more cards to open from my sisters. And then with like their money, we went to this shop in Chinatown, right? And we went to a couple, but then we found one that we liked.
Yeah, it was really good, and this was it.
This is it. And then in the inside, this is 24 karat gold, Saudi gold. And then in the inside, I have Jonathan's name, and then he has my name on the inside. It was a really good deal, and they're really good quality. Like my ring hasn't dented or scratched or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're kind of hard on our rings. So yeah, they're way better quality than the occasion ring, which is good. So we're really happy about that. And then a couple days into me being there, we realized that we didn't have all of the marriage documents for our marriage certificate and license. So then we had to get to the embassy to fill out another form. Now the problem is it was so last minute. All of the slots were filled up in the embassy in Manila. So they told us, oh, well, you can just wait until somebody cancels the appointment, and then you can try to fit in. That's really stressful, especially with like traffic. There's like no way that could work.
I forgot the document that we were trying to get.
The affidavit?
Affidavit?
Yeah.
I think it's your document.
Yeah, it's for me. Yeah, it's my document. So then what did we have to do instead?
With the Cebu embassy, US embassy, it's like first come, first served basis. So
last minute.
there we go.
Yeah, we bought a plane ticket. I think it was like $250
For both of us
to go, and we were literally in Cebu for 26 hours. That's it.
It was one whole long day.
One whole long day, and we had to wake up super early because we wanted to be one of the first people in line for the embassy. So I think we got there around 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m.
We arrived first in Cebu by around almost midnight.
Yeah.
And then we stayed in at my mom's friend's.
Yeah, for a couple hours.
For a couple of hours. Just napped.
Yeah. Then we woke up, grabbed some Jollibee, and I really wanted Jollibee breakfast, but breakfast wasn't even available because it was like 5:30 a.m.
It was even too early for breakfast.
So I was eating like a Jolly hot dog for like my first meal, and then I think we were able to walk or took a taxi.
Take a taxi.
A taxi, yeah, to the embassy. We got there maybe like 6:30.
No, earlier.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because we were trying to be there as early as possible. Because, you know, like with first come, first served basis, you want to get there ahead of the pack. And then we came in second.
I think third or fourth.
Anyway.
Yeah.
but we were there very early.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And remember the embassy guy? He was like so sweet. And we finally got this one form, and that was it. It was pretty easy actually once we got into the embassy. And then we had some time to kill in Cebu, so we went to this Boracay sanctuary, which was beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. And then we found this like kind of street food vendor. How much food did we eat in one sitting?
A lot.
It was so good. And then we went to see the fort, we went to the beach, we got some lechon. We slept for like 3 hours, and then we were already back at the airport again, flying back to Manila. And then the next thing we did is we went to Tagaytay with some, your aunt from out of town was there visiting, so we like met at a hotel, we had some lunch together, and then that's when I got my flowers for my wedding. And I was the only one, like I didn't have any bridesmaids, so I just needed like flowers for one bouquet. And then Jonathan and his dad were able to get the meat for our reception in Sightseeing. Remember? On the side of the road? The beef?
Some of it.
Some of it, yeah, some of it. And the crazy thing is, guys, when we went to Tagaytay, it was 4 days before the Taal volcano erupted. So we saw it just 4 days before it erupted because like we're on an overview at the restaurant. So that was really crazy that I got flowers right before it erupted. And then we made our long journey to Baler, where we got married. Tell them about the venue, because I literally I was not involved in the wedding planning at all. It was all put on Jonathan, because our original plan was to have like 3 weddings, like one in the Philippines, like the small wedding, then a bigger wedding in the Philippines a couple of months after that.
With your guests coming here.
Yeah, with like some of my family and some of my friends, and then an even bigger wedding in the US, but obviously with COVID that didn't happen. But we didn't know that, so we just had our one small wedding in the Philippines.
Yeah, so I was preparing for the venue before she even arrived. I remember like going there November.
That's
Like,
right.
yeah, I went to Baler because I was looking for a venue, and then also just like a break from work. And then yeah, I asked like our surfer friends there. Hi Kuya Jason, shout out to the surfing club there. You know who you are, guys. Thank you so much for everything. And yeah, I asked them, hey Kuya, do you know like a place where I can like hold a wedding? It's just gonna be simple. We have like very few guests. And lo and behold, like just beside the surfing area, like the surfer's house, like that's the venue.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
the next like house over.
yeah, and it was a beautiful house with like many rooms, air conditioned rooms, and like the ambience was really good. It has its own swimming pool.
An ocean view.
It was perfect. It was really perfect, even for the numbers that we have. And we have like around 30 guests, all in all, including their families and everything. So yeah, it was really like a very, very timely place. And then we booked it. I think like the cost for the venue is around 40,000 for those 3 days, which is not too bad, given that kind of venue.
And it was like our venue, and then we also had a place to stay at the same time. And
Yeah.
everyone fit there, and so we could have like our meals together and everything.
It was fun.
It was so much fun, yeah.
Yeah. And then like some of the young people just stayed at the surfer's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a
because-
couple overflow.
Yeah, because like you know, like we prioritize the families, the elderlies and the couples
Right.
to stay in the house. But everyone enjoyed the house because
Yeah.
like you know we stayed up late.
And it didn't feel cramped. Like there was a lot of bathrooms and everything. It didn't feel
Yeah.
small or anything. It was
And like
just
there's like a huge area in the front where we basically held our wedding.
yeah, there's like kind of like a grassy lawn area
Yeah.
that overlooks the beach with a little gazebo. But we didn't get married in the gazebo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But tell them about the night before our wedding. What your friends did for us.
They prepared like a game.
Like a game.
Yeah.
And one of the things was, I think I was blindfolded, and then I had to tell Jonathan how to apply makeup to my face. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It was really fun and so sweet.
Yeah, so it was really fun. I remember like we even went to the market the day before our wedding. So me and my friends and my dad to buy like the wedding stuff. Because like the good thing is our surfer friends helped us cook. And they prepared almost everything just for almost like a love gift. Just a minimal fee.
They're so sweet.
Yeah, and then like yeah, so the wedding, there we go. Like in the morning, a few hours before my wedding, I was cooking.
Yeah.
I was frying some eggs. It was just really a chill experience. Like, you know, like, and that's what we really aimed for. Like a wedding that wouldn't be so tiring, so toxic. So it was just really a chill wedding. You know, like I was frying eggs like just that morning, and
Yeah.
you know, like I prepared. I took a shower like just 45 minutes before the wedding, so it was.
It took me longer to get ready than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our wedding attire, we just asked everyone to wear like casual, all white clothes and kind of like beachy, kind of flowy white clothes. So that was the look. So even though we didn't really have a wedding party or anything like that, all of the guests' garments really coordinated well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my dress, I just found it randomly on Instagram one day, and it was super cute. And it kind of had a Filipino style to it a little bit, like with the puff sleeves, you know, a little bit. And then it had like a really high slit. I was like, that's probably not going to be appropriate. But then my mom was able to sew like a little lace in there, so I had like a little bit of my mom with me. And then Jonathan wore his little barang.
No, that's not barong.
What is it?
It's just like a white shirt, like long sleeve.
Yeah.
White traditional shirt, like the beachwear kind of thing
Yeah.
that you find at Cultura somewhere.
Yeah. And then we were supposed to get married at 7 a.m. in the morning because we wanted sunrise. But it took me a little longer to get ready, so I think I walked down around 7:30.
Yeah, and there was no sunrise anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of like cloudy and like sprinkling a little bit with rain.
Yeah. But the good thing, during that morning, like the rain stopped.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect day.
Yeah, it was really nice. So then I was there alone. I didn't have any family or friend. So I just walked myself down the aisle, but it was fine. And we both didn't have any shoes on, but the guests had shoes, but we went barefoot. And then I walked
Not
out.
all the guests. Some guests like
I guess
did,
some
did
guests.
like what we did.
Yeah, yeah.
Barefooted.
Yeah. And I walked down to Love Me Tenderly by Elvis Presley. And then Jonathan's dad was able to marry us, so we did the whole thing with him. And then afterwards, we like took a bunch of pictures together, like with our family and friends. And we also had a karaoke machine as well.
Yeah, we ate first.
Yes, we ate
So
first. Yeah.
our surfer friends like set up this long tables, and then surfboards, and then banana leaves and surfboards. And it's a brutal fight. So just imagine like a breakfast reception, and it was so awesome. Like it was so cool. Like we had good food. Like we have local longanisa. We had
Eggs, rice.
I think even tuyo, even like some fish stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and what else? Tocino.
Tocino coffee.
Coffee. Fruits.
Fruits,
We had
yeah.
fruits.
Some fruits in there too.
It was a good day of eating. Like we were eating, you know, like every one of us and everybody was just like having a good time. And then later on that afternoon, like since the ocean is just in front of us and we've been surfing for the past few days, so we surfed also that day.
Yeah.
We
I
enjoyed
didn't
the beach.
surf. I'm not a good swimmer, but Jonathan surfed, and then I rode bikes on the beach with his mom and friends. Yeah. So that was fun. And then we had our karaoke machine, and then that night.
Oh, that sunset was beautiful that day. It was perfect.
I don't remember.
I remember it. Like the sky was orange, so it was a perfect day because like we really enjoyed our time together. We had an awesome celebration, and then like even our guests are having a grand time, and I think that's a perfect thing about it. Like the happiness was just not for us to share; it's also for our guests. Like there's no hassle. We don't have like expensive dress code.
Yeah, or like a huge agenda, or like, you know.
Yeah, like no even like pictorial. So it was, and that's the kind of wedding we were actually planning for the second wedding.
Yeah.
That it's just gonna be chill as well, but like of
Yeah.
course with program, but it's
a little
not
more
gonna
elevated.
be. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for our wedding guests, we just asked instead of gifts, because gifts are kind of illogical, because we knew we weren't going to be able to live together right after we got married. So having gifts was just going to, you know, use up a lot of space. So instead we just asked like for monetary gifts that we can use for our honeymoon, which was super, super helpful. Like they literally helped fund our honeymoon, which is so, so, so sweet. So after we got back from Baler, after a couple of days, we flew out to Boracay, and we almost missed our flight, but we got there just in time. They literally held the bus for us before getting onto the plane, and we were just like trying to think of an excuse. What did I say? Like my mom's kidney stone or something? Like made up some crap excuse so people didn't get mad at us. And then we arrived in Boracay, and were we like walking out of the airport or something? Like, who is that guy who scouted us?
Oh yeah, so we arrived at the airport and then like there's this sales agent that, hey, there's a free lunch. All you need to do is to tour around the hotel afterwards. So it's kind of like a membership kind of hotel.
Yeah, I think he was like thinking we were both foreigners, like rich foreigners. He's like, oh, we're gonna get them. And then the lunch was really good. The tour was really nice. Like, it was a nice place, but then like the rates that they were offering,
There comes the sales pitch.
crazy. And then like, what if we would have taken that? Well, we couldn't have afforded it. And then
So-
COVID happened. Like,
It was crazy expensive. Plus, the hotel was not too. The room at the
Yeah,
very least, it wasn't too impressive.
it was just basic, really. And then we just stayed at like a simple Airbnb, kind of near the town center, like
Yeah.
walking distance. It was really
Near
close.
near D Mall.
Yeah, yeah. And I think our top two favorite places to eat there was this burger place inside of this like mall, and then also this Spanish restaurant Jonathan found with paella. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
That was so
And
good.
there was like acoustic guitar music.
Yeah. And we saw the guitarist like a day later on a motorcycle, and we were like, hi, next to him in traffic. And then we also,
We rented out a
yeah,
motorcycle.
a motorcycle. Our Airbnb host helped us get it because it was something like it kind of came with insurance, so if anything like bad happened to us, we wouldn't be like, you know.
But it actually saved us a lot, and it made us enjoy the trip even better.
Yeah.
Because like we can go to like different parts of Boracay just on a motorcycle, which
You can really
usually
explore.
you gotta pay for a lot if you're gonna ride like the e-trike that the island has.
Yeah, and we also were able to go on like a little boat tour, which was really nice. They took us kind of like around the island, and we got to have lunch included. And then we went to this one beach that had a bunch of seashells, and then like the guys were selling little ice creams.
Boca Beach.
Yeah, Poca Beach. And then we also went to a beach by ourselves with like the little motorcycle. And we were so excited to have like a little picnic. We bought like induks and like mangoes and puto. And then when we got to the beach, we were just like chowing down. And then the locals were like, you're not supposed to eat here.
Yeah, I didn't know that there's that new rule because like I never gotten back to Boracay after it got renovated and like developed. But it makes sense. I mean, I understand why they're doing that rule.
Yeah, I really liked Boracay. There's a lot of tourists there. Like, I think there was a lot of Korean tourists there. I think was the number one.
Chinese tourists too.
Chinese tourists too. There's even like Chinese or Korean churches that we saw there, and like Korean cafes and everything. So it's really multicultural, I would say.
Yeah, and a lot of Europeans too.
Yeah, Europeans. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun. Like Boracay is really looking solid.
So after our honeymoon, we had like a couple days together, and then I had to fly back to the U.S. I did decide to take a semester off of school and then work, so I didn't have to go to classes right away. I literally turned in my forms to take like a break off of school while I was at the airport to fly to the Philippines. So it was a really last minute decision, but I'm so glad I did that. And then we were planning to see each other in June, so just like 6 months of long distance, but of course that's when COVID happened. So then I realized, oh, I'm not going to be able to see Jonathan. I'm not going to have my second wedding, and I don't know when I'm going to see him again.
Yeah, because like a month after a wedding, February, like the news about COVID is already starting to spread. Like, and then come March, that's when the lockdown begins.
Yeah, that's when the lockdown begins, yeah. So then that's where we'll leave off today. And then next episode will be all about how I decided to move to the Philippines and kind of our thought process of why Jonathan didn't move to the U.S. instead, and kind of what that journey was like. And it was so hard to get to the Philippines. Like, there are so many roadblocks. So you'll get to hear all that crazy story. But Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know if you have any other questions about our wedding. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.